Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful summer into fall hydrangea and sunflower wreath. This wreath uses blue hydrangeas and white sunflowers with a pop of yellow. I made a very similar design in my last video if you want to check that out. And like that video, this wreath tutorial also has a kit available. So if you want to use the exact florals that I'm using here, these are all sourced from a wholesaler supplier that I love to shop with. So if you want to use the exact same supplies as me, grab a kit. Or if you don't want to do that, or if they're sold out, just go find something similar so you can make something similar. And I also have a free cheat sheet of my favorite places to get florals, both retail and wholesale. You can grab that in the link in my description as well. The materials you're going to need for this wreath are a 14-inch grapevine and all these beautiful florals. We've got blue hydrangeas. I absolutely love these. The quality is so good. I love the blue. Each spray has a large bloom, smaller bloom, and a little baby bloom. So cute. So we have 3 of these. And then we have our white sunflowers. These are my favorite. I am a sucker for a white or cream sunflower. Look at these. And the middle is so realistic. I'm very picky with the quality of my flowers. And one thing that is a dead giveaway with sunflowers, faux sunflowers, is the middle. If it's just one piece of brown fuzz, it's no good. I mean, it's fine if that's what you have available. But I love that these have that really realistic middle. It looks like there's actual sunflower seeds in there. They're so pretty and they look so good with the blue hydrangeas. But because these have some yellow in the middle, we're also going to be using mini daisies. I love these. They also bring out that yellow. And we have Craspedia, our billy buttons. Love these. We've got a little mini button leaf bush, and it's soft. It's interesting because it's a plasticky material, but it's really soft to the touch, and I love it. And it's just beautiful and adds interest. We also have a hanging Hoya bush, which I love it because it has the long stems and then some short ones as well. Love that. So here's everything all together. As always, I'm using my favorite hot glue gun with my favorite hot glue and my favorite wire cutters. All of my tools linked in the description below. The first thing we're going to do is add our greenery. And these are so perfect because there's long pieces and short pieces. So it really makes this wreath a little bit wild and really natural looking. So I'm going to put the longer pieces on the outside and the shorter pieces on the inside. And while this wreath is a 14-inch grapevine, the total diameter of the finished wreath is going to be about 24 inches, which is pretty good size. So I'm just adding some glue to the stem, placing it along the grain of the grapevine and angled out a little bit. And make sure the leaves are pointing forward because these are kind of flat on the back and then nice and fluffy on the front. We're just going to do this going all the way around the wreath. We've got 5 long pieces. And when I have long pieces sticking out, I prefer to have at least 5. Now we're going to place the smaller stems in the middle to give that grapevine lots of coverage. All right, here it is so far, looking good. See how much coverage you get from one greenery bush? I'm obsessed. My extras, I'm going to be posting in my shop. If you want just the greenery bush, I have a limited amount, but I am going to post them in my Etsy shop as soon as all my kits are done. Now we're going to use this bush, and it's kind of perfect because there's 5 nice long stems. So I'm going to put these in between the longer parts that stick out. And this is just going to add more texture and interest. So here it is with the added greenery. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, I love the texture. So fun. Now we're going to add our hydrangeas. And I do not care about the bottom leaves. I don't like this weird color thing it has on the bottom. Every single one of them has it. So I'm just going to use the leaves that are attached to our stems. So we're cutting off our small stem and our wild leaf. I love this. Looks really natural. And then our main stem with our main flower and our little bud, a little baby hydrangea. So I'm just going to do that for every stem. And then I'm just throwing away these bottom 3 leaves. First, I'm going to be adding in our 3 long pieces. It's just another wild greenery that adds to that beautiful cottagey wild look. And since we have 3 of them, we want to make sure it's about 1/3 of the way around for each stem. Okay, and now we're ready to add our hydrangeas. We're going to start with the large ones, and these we're going to place 1/3 of the way around. So in between each one of these longer stems, or you can add them with the longer stems, but I'm going to do in between, is going to be our large one. And that's going to go about in the middle. So what you do is you glue the stem, place it along the grain of the grapevine, and then make sure your flower is pointed up. And I'm keeping the baby one connected to the big one. So we place into the grapevine and then bend up. Love. Goodness, I love these hydrangeas. All right, and our smaller 3 are going to go in between each of these and toward the outside to bring that flower more toward the outside of the wreath. Look at that so far. Is that beautiful? I love these hydrangeas. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. So I want you to notice something. Since these are so big, since we placed these on the outside, the outer part of these is really in line for the most part with the larger buds. So it's not as if they really stick out further, but it looks like they do, but it looks like a nice even circle of flowers, but natural looking. Now we're gonna have our white sunflowers. Oh, the white and the blue together, but that cheeriness of the sunflower, I love it. Okay, so each of these has 3. We have 2 like medium sunflowers and 1 small one that's not quite open yet. So I'm just gonna cut these nice stems, discard this. If you want to save these leaves, you totally can. I'm not going to because I don't need to, but you can absolutely make picks with these leaves as well. They're good leaves. Since we have 2 of this size in every stem, we can fit 2 of these in between every hydrangea. These are the rules that I have in place to keep the wreath look really even looking. So we'll place the larger sunflowers first. But they're not actually large. Our largest flower, of course, is our hydrangea. I like to vary the sizes of the flowers, the sizes and the shapes. That gives the wreath a lot of interest. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but by putting these flowers on the inside and outside like this, it kind of makes a little bit of a triangle. You see that? Not perfect. We don't want it to be a perfect triangle. We want it to be like a messy triangle. And then we're going to round out that triangle by adding our buds toward the outside. So our buds are going to go in the middle of each of these toward the outside, and that will bring some white out to the edges more. But really don't overthink it, just place. And then when you step back and if you see, oh, my eye's drawn this way and it doesn't look even, then you can move things around. Okay, there it is with the sunflowers. Looking good. Oh, I love this. Okay, now to add a pop of yellow, because we've got the yellow from the sunflowers, we're going to be adding our billy buttons, or crespidea, or billy balls, whatever you want to call them. I have some of these growing in my garden this year, some real ones, because I wanted to try and dry some. Unfortunately, they are not a perennial where I live, but they're kind of fun to grow. So I'm just going to stick these in between, filling in some gaps. These are such an interesting flower. They add a beautiful texture and shape. I love them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to be adding them on the inside and on the outside. Now we're gonna add our daisies. This is really gonna bring the wreath together. I love it. So each one of these has 3 stems, each bundle, and these stems you can make into smaller stems. I'm gonna keep mine together for now. And I love how this ties in the white and the yellow. It looks so pretty. We're going to add 2 stems in between each hydrangea. So I put the stem in and then I kind of separate the 2 different stems so the flowers go inside and outside. I changed my mind at the last minute. I'm going to add in these blue spike berries. They've got these little white hairs on them. I don't know if you can tell. They're really pretty and they are the perfect color blue to go with these hydrangeas. So it has these little white hairs and these little specks of white on the leaves. And I kind of like that because it brings the blue and the white together, which is really nice. So we're just going to add 5 because each stem has 5 and I think that's perfect. And I think that just adds the right touch. Some are shorter, some are longer. So I'm going to try and separate the longer and the shorter. And these are just a small accent. Okay, here it is. Oh yeah, I love how that really brings out the blue. This is so pretty. I love it. Let me know what you think. Oh, I love this so much. If you want to grab a kit to make this exact wreath yourself, it is linked in the description while supplies last. And I hope you enjoy this and I hope you make one. All right. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.